All right, Benny, are you
All
ready?
right, I'm ready. Mock
Ben
draft
Dickerson, mock
4.0.
draft version 4.0.
And I'm going to kind of zoom through this thing. Most of these players we've already talked about over and over again, heights, weights, 40 times, and all that stuff. So I'm just going to give you the names. Okay. I know you're trying to keep track of my draft and that. This is my final one. This is it. Okay. So this is the one I'm going to compare to the real deal that comes on tomorrow night on television. So that's it. That's all. Here we go. At number one, I think the Carolina Panthers organization has been swayed. I said it last week that they were talking about it. Now I think they really have been swayed. I believe instead of CJ Stroud, they're going to go ahead and take Bryce Young. At number two, the Houston Texans, who probably wanted Bryce Young because obviously they need a quarterback. If Bryce Young is gone, they will not do that. They'll throw a wrench into everything, and they'll take the best edge rusher that they think is out there, and that's Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. At number three, I had the Indianapolis Colts moving up in a trade with the Cardinals. That may still happen, okay? But for now, I'm going to leave the Cardinals at the number three pick, and they will take the next best edge rusher that they think, which is the guy they originally wanted all along, which is Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. At number four, the Indianapolis Colts hold their spot at four. They take quarterback Anthony Richardson. Now, where this Will Levis stuff came from, I don't know. But there's no way in my mind that the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, who was last year the offensive coordinator that worked with Justin Fields. I'm Justin. See what I mean when I get names in my head? Jalen Hurts of the Eagles. Okay. There's no way he's going to take Will Levis over Anthony Richardson, who has the same build, the same physical abilities as Jalen Hurts. He thinks Anthony Richardson can do the same things Jalen Hurts can do, and he will take him at number four. At number five, the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I had them taking Tyree Wilson, but he'll be gone. So they'll still go for an edge rusher. They'll go for the next best guy, which is Nolan Smith out of Georgia. At number six, the Detroit Lions, who need tons of help on defense, will now go for the guy who, if not for troubles off the field, could possibly have been a top three pick, and that's Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. Detroit Lions will take him. At number seven, the Las Vegas Raiders, who also need D-tackle help. They've got good ends. They need tackles. They'll go for Kalijah Kancey out of Pitt. That's the guy that I said is like the kid from the Rams. Number eight, Atlanta Falcons also need help on defense. They will take edge rusher Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa. That stays the same. This pick here will stay the same also. Number nine, Chicago Bears take offensive tackle Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern, who's pretty much consensus best offensive tackle in the draft. At number 10, I had the Eagles taking an offensive guard, Osiris Torrance out of Florida. However, all I've been hearing all week long is Bijan Robinson, Bijan Robinson. Now, I know the fans don't make the picks. I know that. But I have to think back in the past about Howie, okay, the general manager. Howie always does something different from what everybody else expects him to do, okay? I think Howie sees Bijan Robinson as being the missing link to making this offense unstoppable. I believe they will take Bijan Robinson at number 10. If they decide they don't want to take Bijan Robinson at number 10, they'll probably trade the pick, but I'm not going to get into trades. At number 11, Tennessee Titans obviously need offensive line help. They'll take offensive tackle. No. At this point, I think there's a better offensive tackle. Again, these guys have been going around interviewing with certain teams, having private practices, private workouts, and things like that. So instead of offensive tackle Darnell Wright, I think they'll go with offensive tackle Paris Johnson out of Ohio State. Number 12, Houston Texans. I had them taking Quentin Johnson, but guess what? Since they have 2 picks in the first round and they use their first pick on an edge rusher, they can now very safely, guess what? Take CJ Stroud, the quarterback that everybody knows they need. So CJ Stroud goes number 12 to the Houston Texans. It's going to cost him some money, but he's still a first round pick. Number 13.
It's going to cost him some money.
You just said it yourself. When you drop down in draft, you make less money.
Oh, it's going to cost CJ Stroud some money. Okay.
Yes, it's going to cost CJ Stroud some money. Number 13, the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets swapped first round picks in the Aaron Rodgers deal. So Green Bay was 15, now the Jets are 15. Green Bay moves up to 13. They take the tight end, Michael Mayer, out of Notre Dame, the guy they wanted all along. Been hearing a lot of rumors about the New England Patriots hoping that Bijan would drop down. If the Eagles take Bijan, he can't drop down. But guess what? They still need a running back. They're going to go with the second best running back who could possibly be just as good, if not better than Bijan, believe it or not, Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama. Alabama running backs have a nice track record in the NFL, bro. And Jahmyr Gibbs is the next guy up. He goes to New England at number 14. At number 15, the New York Jets, with the pick that they swap with the Packers, will take D tackle Maisie Smith out of Michigan. At number 16, the Washington Commanders take the best cornerback on the board, Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. This is where we get our cornerback run. Number 17, Pittsburgh Steelers stick with Joey Porter Jr. Legacy, bloodlines. Number 18, Detroit Lions take a corner, Deontay Banks out of Maryland. Very fast and excels in man coverage, which is something that they're going to need. Number 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers need offensive help. O-tackle, Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma. Fits right there for Tampa Bay. At number 20, Seattle Seahawks take a corner. Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. At number 21, we got a change from my other draft. I had the Los Angeles Chargers taking a wide receiver, Jordan Addison. But when I thought about it some more, I said, they got Mike Williams. They got Keenan Allen. What are they missing? They're missing over-the-top speed. So the guy I had going to Kansas City, if you remember last week, I happened to say this guy, Jalen Hyatt, out of Tennessee, was the next best thing to the Cheetah. I think the Chargers are going to grab him. That's Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. That rounds out their receiving core very nicely. Number 22, I think the Baltimore Ravens will take the best route runner in the draft, Jackson Smith and Jigba out of Ohio State. At number 23, the Minnesota Vikings will hang on to Cedric Tillman out of Tennessee, the best possession receiver, big guy, great hands. Number 24, Jacksonville Jaguars take a really good corner, Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State. Number 25, I'm not changing that pick. New York Giants take wide receiver Zay Flowers out of Boston College, fast and athletic. It's going to be a good addition to their offense. At number 26, the Dallas Cowboys will replace Dalton Schultz with a tight end, Dalton Kincaid out of Utah, 6'3", 246, runs routes like a wide receiver. Number 27, the Buffalo Bills, who I originally had Bijan Robinson falling to, because they definitely do need help on offense, and running back is a position that they could get some help with. I know they made a free agent pickup at a running back, but I can't remember who the heck it was. At this point, the best 2 running backs will be gone. I don't think they'll go there, but they do need help on their offensive line. So they should go with Osiris Torrance, who is basically the number 1 offensive guard, straight up guard, not, offensive lineman, but a guard out of Florida. With the 28th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals who need a tight end. I had them taking a safety, but they need a tight end in the worst way. The two best tight ends are gone. But guess who the third best tight end is? Name is Darnell Washington out of Georgia, the national champions. 6'7", 270 pounds, a massive run blocker who can make people miss with the ball in his hands. Believe it or not, if a person like that exists on this planet, he does. Somebody with that kind of size who can actually catch, run routes, and get away from people.
Sound like Gronk too.
Yeah, how about that? Only bigger. Number 29, New Orleans Saints. I had them taking a linebacker. I don't know what I was thinking. Nobody takes linebackers in the first round unless they're like Superman guys. That's not going to happen. But they do need help on defense. I think they'll go with Brian Bracey out of Clemson. Philadelphia Eagles have another pick in the first round. They could use some help on defense also because they like to rotate their defensive linemen. Edge rusher Miles Murphy out of Clemson fits there. And at number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs, who I had taken Jalen Hyatt as a wide receiver, will also go for help on the defensive line. This is a great draft for edge rushers. So, yeah, you can't let one get away from you. This guy's name is Felix, and I'm sorry. Let me get myself together. Felix Anudike Uzuma. Felix Anudike Uzuma out of Kansas State.
Pretty good.
There we go. I just had to collect myself. Okay, so that's it. That's mock draft 4.0. I'm sticking to it.
Well, we live in Philly, so let me just go back to your whole Bijan Robinson in Philadelphia.
How we would do that?
Well, you know something? Apparently, that would go against everything that they've done in the past. Like, that's not them philosophically, but I do understand, yeah, Howie has got all types of tricks up his sleeve. Howie is plotting and planning as we all sleep. And it would be a scary option when the running back that they just had that they let go.
Miles Sanders.
I thought he was fine. So I guess, you know, they wanted more.
He'll be starting in Carolina, so we'll find out if he's still good.
You know, I saw him as somebody who could run, you know, inside, outside, and catch the ball. You know, I mean, he's not a power back per se, but, you know, you're supposed to have a power back or two on your team.
Well, he's got a little injury history, and he looked kind of shaky in the Super Bowl. First play of the game.
What did he do? Fumble?
He caught a swing pass and got popped and fumbled it, but it fell out of bounds.
Oh.
But he got tagged, and after that, he was no more good.
Well, Bijan Robinson is, you know, is everything that they're comparing him to LaDainian Tomlinson and all types of stuff like that. So that'll be a very interesting pairing, you know, for sure, no doubt.
Oh, by the way, he's got the same agent as Jalen Hurts.
Clutch.
Yes.
He's in with Clutch.
Yes, and he's from Texas like Jalen Hurts.
Oh, my goodness. Jalen's just going to be that much more comfortable and everything.
I'm just saying the planets seem to be aligning for that pick.
Well, your Giants better get some planets in alignment in that division. Hey, Ben.